Good evening, hello, and welcome to the Dice Gods. My name's Hydra, but then you knew that. So how are we all? Hello, hello. I know there's a few of you that have been disturbingly waiting for this. You need a hobby. Seriously, oh my god, I need a haircut, speaking of needing hobbies. There's one last thing I have to post, one last place that I have to post. I can do all of them, but this evening, my wonderful, what should we call it? WhatsApp has decided that the one thing it's not going to do, under any circumstances, is post successfully to my local WhatsApp group. I don't know why, it's just, yes, thank you, Chris, you're first, well done. Good job. How are we all? How is everybody today? Nah, too tired to stand, or just remain sitting. Please do, please do. I mean, you should stand for me, but Chris is easier to start, it probably is. Machine, hello. The Casmeister with brie and crackers even. My good God, we are in true decadent Xmas mode, aren't we? Outstanding. I am the hobby. I'm not, Machine, I am not sure I am the hobby, but because it's you and it's Christmas, I'll let you have it. I can be the hobby for today. Just for today, not tomorrow. So where are we? Where are we? What's going on? How is everybody? Has everyone had a fun festive season? I'm going to call it a festive season. I have no idea why that's not working. Very strange. Very strange. Yeah. What's everyone been up to? Also, yes. Lol. I mean, I'm glad that you're happy that you got first, Chris, over on Twitch. That's nice. As long as you're happy, bud, that's the important thing. How are you, my friend? Are you feeling well today? I don't understand. I am just not impressed by that at all. That one goes there, that one goes there. Right, last bit of stuff and things. I think. Copy the link, do that. Go there, go there. No. Now I'm opening myself for abuse on all fronts. There we go, there we go, there we go. Mr. Van Diem, hello, 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 hello. Got some clock. Many clogs, only clogs. Maybe that's a, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. For those of you who have been on Discord this week, you'll have seen the first prototypes of some really, really cool clog-based products coming. And then Machine had to ruin it all by the high heel clogs. I may never sleep properly again. Anyway, it's really fun previous 5 days, and the best thing about being Serbian is that we will not stop celebrating until January 15th. Dear God, man. First New Year, which is when our Santa comes, then our Xmas on the 7th, and finally Serbian New Year on the 14th. I live in the Netherlands. We have Dutch Christmas, and then we have Christmas Christmas. But not that extent of just, you know, epicness. Ariadne speedrun painting. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Shampoo, if you were not paying attention to the Discord earlier today, don't go in there. I need to get some bleach and pour it through the server. It's probably the only way to be sure. Yes, they were very pink and very, it was amazing. I made a joke, and then within seconds, Machine is like, boom, there's the picture of the exact joke you just made. It's like he had it on his computer already. You know, and you're just like, that was a bit quick. Did you just have to go to the folder? Felt like that. Ah, dear. Hello, hello, Overboard. Good to see you, my friends. Long time no see. How was everybody who hasn't answered and isn't XS who's already answered? How's everyone's Christmas? Did everyone have fun? Did everyone get lots of presents? The reason I muted it. There is a reason you muted it. It's he ain't a machine for nothing. Well, yeah, I'm going to just lob a bleach bomb in there later and call it even. I think that's probably the best way forward. So, anyway, did anyone get any nice wargaming related presents for Christmas? I got my, for those who haven't seen, are you going to stay together? Because you suck at staying together. I got my mule bots. Oh, my little mule bots. Look at that little mule bot. It's just a little mule bot doing mule bot things. Still some of the oldest miniatures in the range, I think, in many ways. Can you focus? Thank you. Pay attention, camera. I think this one hasn't glued properly. Because, there we go. There we go. There is your average, ordinary, everyday EvoBot. If you can hear pop in the background at any point. That is because it's nearly New Year. And by that, I mean 2 days away. So Dutch people are letting off fireworks already because obviously that's the thing you do. It's basically the Battle of Brabant area at this point. We just, yeah. There was a kid setting them off locally at 2 a.m. the other day. A bunch of individuals who nearly didn't make it to puberty. Anyway. You got yourself the Combined Army remotes on Vindit. Is that the Gribbly Gribblies? Those are nice. Did I miss anything important? My clog had a flat tire. I did not post late. Blame it on WhatsApp. Was just not WhatsApping. It's not my fault. Not my fault. Don't blame me. Blob, good evening. Hello, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Got it with a McDonald's dish. The Happy Meal. Oh, for God's sake. Really? Why do I read things out loud before reading them first? The Happy Meal? Really? That's what... Dear Lord. Kaz, didn't get nada from the fam, but my digital team at work gifted me a nice large Monument Hobbies gift card. Brushes and spray paints. I come into... Damn, dude. Damn. Can I borrow them? They sound nice. I like your digital team. I need some digital team. My life is hard. And hang on. Now, Overboard is now in... Why are you in... do I dare? I've just got to check out Twitch to see what's going on here. Oh. Damn, that's pretty. Overboard, that's pretty. That's nice. I like that. Keep that. The rest of you will have to become members and just go onto Twitch to see what I'm getting all gushy about. But it's very nice. It's very cool. We learned Blob is edible on Discord. That was enlightening. That was disturbing. Everything we learned about... Again, that was another one of those moments where somebody asked a question and you just got this sermon. Now, I'm a good one. Don't get me wrong. I am a good one for the off-the-cuff, like... speech, the wonderful, like, Braveheart-esque type thing. But that was prepared. I'm sorry, that was a whole load of blob thought went into that whole thing. Again, that looked like a copy-paster from something you'd already written, which worries me. So... now I have to move to the YouTubes because Havoc got Walker Adventures. Nice! Bravo for getting Walker Adventures, Chris. That's good. Now Blob's nervous because Kaz is going to reveal everything. We have clogs. There's Neil. Neil's in the house. Seasons, bleatings to you too, my friend. How are you? How was your festive season? My blob lore has been developed over the past year. It showed. You know when somebody puts something down and you're like, yeah, he said that before. We could tell that your whole blob... For those of you who don't know, on Discord, there was a whole discussion about how you can kill blobs or not kill them, whether you can eat them, what you can do to them. None of it was good. Everything was disturbing. I'm not entirely sure what happened to Discord this week. I think people had a little bit too much Christmas cheer. Is Blob... I don't think Blob is Chat GPT, because I like Blob. Live reading is difficult. Don't. I had to go back and re-edit that members only lore video after you pointed that out about the... Oh, I can't believe I left that edit in. I was... Oh. Anyway, I've edited it out on YouTube now. I haven't edited it out on Patreon, so if you're on Patreon, you can still hear me go clap and then redo a piece of audio. It's exciting. But thank you for doing that. I appreciate you pointing out to me. It was soul-crushing as I couldn't do anything about it for 4 days. Life of a YouTuber. Anyway, your good health. And I said, we were talking about alcohol today and all the rest of it, and there is whiskey tonight. There is a very nice single malt whiskey this evening that is joining us briefly. So, your health, one and all, and all that jazz. Oh, that's just happiness in a glass. Anywho, man posted it. He did. It's an epic essay on, yeah, a whole bunch of things you didn't need to know. But there we go. We have it now. Stop doing that. That's annoying. Oh, Max, thank you for the shout out on the Eldfall Discord channel. I appreciate it. That was very kind. Very kind of you indeed. I appreciate that. Hello, Frosty. Every time your name comes up, my brain goes to aliens, and I'm like, stay frosty. Makes me want to check corners. Anyway. Did Blob chase like chicken? Did I miss that, or did I block that from my mind? I'm not entirely sure. Frosty, get yourself a whiskey. There's a lot of things actually in life that are made substantially worse by having whiskey, but in this instance, go for it. It's the time of year. You're going to join me for bourbon. Fair play. Whatever tickles your pickle, you go for it, Chris. If bourbon is your poison, happy, happy times. Okay, I was pretty sure Blob said he tastes like lime or something. It's best shampoo, don't read it too deeply, it infests your brain. So, clap was scary. I was zoned out doing something for work and listened in the background and then clap. yeah, sorry about that. It was like, no, normally when I remix the audio for this, you don't need to know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Normally I remix the audio for every video that I do, and just like take out background sounds and all that kind of stuff. And normally I do the clap because then you can see the nice big lines. And unfortunately, I just didn't pay attention to that when editing apparently. So I just left that in there for the funsies. Not entirely sure why. Anyway, so that was really frustrating, but apologies for that. Hopefully I'll do it even worse in the second part. Hopefully more folks would join. That is indeed. Next Max, I really appreciate it. That was really cool. And a nice surprise to see this shout out on the official Eldfall Discord. There's going to be a lot more Eldfall coming soon. So, especially because every video that I've put out, there's lots of people going, this is really cool. I'm buying into it. Like, I'm trying to give it away, but people keep buying it. That's the problem. So, what's Buka? You're on Buka. As in Sam Buka? Or some other Buka? Is that other Buka other than Sam? I don't know. Explain yourself, Neil. People need to know. Painted some combat heals and everything that comes with above the heel. There's a lot of combat heals in Infinity. It's definitely a thing. I mean, when you can put combat heals on a tag like that, there's combat heals on there, right? You know? I mean, there has to be, because she's a lady. But, oh, I can't get her back on the shelf properly. You can sit there for a bit. Stay there. Too much stuff up here. Your clogs are full of blobs. You should probably get that scene too. Which combat heals were you painting, Machine? The people need to know. I have so much painting to do. It's not true. I've been working on... So I've got to... There's like three major projects I've got to do at the moment. And one of them I've been working on bits of. Shock Army. Been getting my bases ready because I need to spray those all down. When I spray the miniatures down, I've still got miniatures to build. My life is tough. And then I've got to do the rest of my Eldfall so that come January we can start shooting more of the how to play videos. That's the thing that's coming. Did you like the Eldfall videos? Did you find them nice? Oh, hello Frosty. Just a reminder that Hydra said I'm trying to give it away. Thank you, Frosty. I'm glad that you paid attention, because that was especially for you. I'm glad you got the message loud and clear. Anyway, anywho, so yeah, in January we're going to start doing the Learn to Play. So for all of you people out there, and it's been a surprising number actually, who've said, I actually want to get into this system. I mean, it's not surprising. That's incorrect, because when you see Eldfall, when you see the miniatures and then you start hearing about the way the game works, it's like, yes please. And then you can get the free rules and it's like, well, abso-frackin-lutely. And then you can get like the play on your own and the play with a friend and the play against a friend and the competitor. When that all comes into focus, it's like, why wouldn't you play this? What has to be wrong with you? Yeah. Anyway, so it's been a really positive response. I'm really happy with it. It's really exciting. And then we're going to do the how to play through January, so you can learn how to play the game and you can see it all in action. But someone needs to have painted miniatures, because someone is going to be borrowing Mr. Van Diemen's beautifully painted miniatures to do the demos with. And so therefore you need something to go against it, which is going to be my Soga. So a lot of painting to be done there. Blob tastes like cheapo apple candy, so fake apple flavour. Perfectly rational, normal thing to say, Blob. Appreciate you. Seems fair. So Buka is a northern African Tunisia made from distilled figs and is a bit like new made whiskey. Well, you learn something every day. That sounds like rocket fuel. Fruity rocket fuel. And I'm here for it. So, Neil. Chris, I'm about 250 models deep on stuff that needs primed and painted. Yeah, yeah, that sounds familiar. Am I starting to shoot my stop motion movie in January? I thought you were helping me with that Overboard. I thought you were coming over here to help me shoot that. You haven't turned up yet, so I figured we were waiting, you know. You read my mind borrowing miniatures. Well, I want to borrow you too. You kind of need to be there as my foil as we teach people to play. It's very exciting. Very exciting. I need to come up with a name for it. So we've got the Infinity Institute now. We used to have the Academy, but then there's another Infinity Academy out there. Even though that Infinity Academy is actually younger than my original Infinity Academy, but I didn't do that online. I only did that in person, so you can't really say that. So, yeah, I need a name for... Because we've got the... What do we have? We've got the Field Manual for Flames of War. We've got that. The Traveller's Guide to Warcrow, we've got that. I need something for Eldfall, something Eldfallish. Eldfall Chronicles Dojo. Well, that's an interesting one, Max. I'm liking that. Dojo, that's going on the list. I'll see if I can make that fit, because there's a lot of Asian persuasion type feeling things in the system, and seeing Soga is going to be featuring primarily, let's try that in English, primarily in the intro videos, then that would actually make sense. That would work really well. I like it. Eldfall Chronicles Dojo. Quite the job to match. Yes, it will be, but it'll be totally worth syncing up, and then I can make you into all your internet famous hands and your miniatures. It'll be amazing. You'll love it. I'll bring some over to satellites so long as the stars align. The stars will absolutely align, and details of the satellite are coming very soon. The Tome of Eldfall. See, I like that, but that tome story, it makes it sound like it's fluff, and it's not fluff. It's going to be you're an idiot, here's how you roll a d20. The exemplary essay on Eldfall. I've got to be honest, Shampoo, that was a little much. That was the exemplary essay on Eldfall. At the moment, Eldfall Chronicles Dojo is winning by quite a substantial distance, I have to say. Yeah, although, yeah, no, exemplary, no. Hydra's School of Witchcraft and Eldfall. This is why I don't ask you people anything. This is why it's just not safe. I've simply not had enough whiskey for this to be made sense. On my way, what's going on to be called Operation Clog Trap? Sand clogs. No, dear Lord. Overboard, there is no clogs involved in this. We are clog-free, floating free. We're not calling it Eldfall, Gene Dean. Oh, I see, Eldfall, generally. Yeah, Tome is good. Tome, yeah, I don't know. There's going to be an idea. There'll be an idea and it'll be like, poof, and we'll be there. But at the moment, Eldfall Chronicles Dojo is winning. Max, genius, my friend. Should have learnt after boating with Boatface. There is nothing wrong with boating with Boatface. That is a perfectly rational and reasonable thing to suggest that an item be called. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Oh, blimey, Kaz, Merry Christmas, dear Lord. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Blimey. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, this is entering you all into the prize draw to win a 2-player Eldfall Chronicles starter set as well, so that's nice. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, insert Star Wars Legion reference here, and how far is the best things in Infinity. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, bite me, and get in the bin. That's my response to those in order. So I will point out, and be completely honest, hand on heart, there has been a rather large amount of drooling over certain Star Wars Legion miniatures recently. I now have decided which faction we're starting with. That's been picked off. It's not happening until the middle of the year. You're going to have to wait, probably. I may not wait, but you're going to have to, because the slate of things to do between here and the middle of next year is obscene. So you're going to have to wait, but I think we have decided. Hello, Mrs. reminded me the stream started. Are the jungle drums going? Hang on a sec. Could you check to see whether the chat is discussing the fact that I'm on stream, please? Ah, oh, dear. Wish I had more time to really give Eldfall and Warcrow time. Yeah. So I see that. The wives and girlfriends of the local community have built a support group where they share and commiserate, which is, it's one weird thing. It's one of those things where I'm like, you husbands and partners are having fun. Surely this is a good thing. Anyway, so they share information about when I'm online, which means that all the all the guys in my local community get notified when I'm online by their partners. I'm not entirely sure how this worked that way, but that's just the world I live in now. Perfectly rational. Vincent, do thank your good lady wife for that. That's very kind of her. Kaz, wish I had more time to really give Eldfall. You do. You just look down the back of the sofa. You'll find 5-10 minutes. That's all you need. It'll be fine. Neil, oh man, the minis are soggy. They're soggy? Why are they soggy? They shouldn't be soggy. You shouldn't have soggy miniatures. No one wants soggy miniatures. Very bad. Actually opened up the new Empire starter set to build out my Scout Troop account, and the new plastics are awesome. I don't need to hear that, Kaz. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, but I don't need to hear that. The world doesn't need to know. Eldfall from Ember to Legend. I am not saying that at the start of every video. See, I can do welcome to the Dice Gods. My name. No. Hang on. I can do welcome to the Eldfall Chronicles Dojo from the Dice Gods. My name is Hydra and blah. But there's no way I'm doing welcome to Eldfall from Ember to Legend from the Dice Gods. My name is Hydra, and I'm confused because that's where that's going to be 15 takes of confusion. Legion is here, gents. Is coming. He said it was. Yes. That was out in... Where did I put that out in? I don't even... Ooh, shampoo. Happy New Year. That's very kind. Thank you very much. And it's got to be Empire. No, nothing of Star Wars tabletop game. Still Empire. First, thank you very much. That's incredibly kind. I can't do Empire for 2 reasons. One, we have a player locally who does Empire, and he's likely to be my initial foil as we get stepped into things. And 2, Kaz is an Empire player, and I'm not going to have Kaz going, no, you're doing it wrong. No, you don't do it that way. You don't do it this way. I'm not having that. That's just not a thing we're ready for. Emotionally, personally, my whole ego couldn't take it. So no, we're not doing that. Similar, but not that. Need to get me one of those partner things of which you speak of. Do they grow on trees, or are they sold at the hobby shop? If they grow on trees, probably best not to get involved, to be honest with you. And selling them at the hobby shop, at certain types, probably, but not, again, one I'd necessarily recommend specifically. Your choice, however. Because I'm drooling on them. Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, I'm mostly drawing on the screen because the miniatures aren't physically here, but when they are here, it helps the glue set. Okay, just put my brush in my tea. Yes, we did it. Machine has malfunctioned through the joy of our video chat live stream. That didn't work at all, did it? Through the joy of this broadcast, we broke the machine. Stir it, mate. Surely the Eldfall school should be called the Arcanum. Oh, Neil, that's good. That's good. See, Eldfall Chronicles Dojo, good. Welcome to the Eldfall Chronicles Arcanum. My name is Hydra. Oh, see, that's potent. Oh, it's all shiny. Oh, I like it in inappropriate ways. That's going on the list. Arcanum. Arcanum. That's it. 1 second, chaps. Ah! Mrs. Hydra making a run for it. Right. Now drink, you must drink it. Overboard is right, machine, you need to take a drink so you become one with your paint. It is a Zen thing. It is genius. You need to do that. That is the thing. It is the ritual. You're quite right. It's how you improve your painting, by drinking paint water. There's worse habits to have, probably, including this. Oh, that never gets old. Arcanum Dojo. Lady Hydra is going to bed. Lady Hydra has had enough of it all. Yeah, we got back from the UK this weekend. So now we're settling back in. The kids are settling back in. Everything's just, you know. One of those things. Thank you to all of you who have done the tippy tip things. I need to make notes as I go along so I don't have to look later. So just a reminder, if you send a super chat on YouTube, or you send bits on Twitch, or you become a subscriber on Twitch, or you become a member on YouTube, you will be entered into the competition to win a 2-player starter set from Eldfall. And the best bit about it is you get Eldfall. But the second best bit about it is you get to choose which one you have. So there's 2 different starter sets. So you can end up with your Eldfall, end up with your Soga, I think that's versus Helion, and then you have Thenian, some Murder Elves, versus the joy that is the Sand Kingdoms. So you can do that. It's the thing that you can choose which one, and then you've got the dice in there, you've got the monstery things, you've got the water elementals that are in there too, in a rulebook and dice. Brilliant. So all you have to do is that. I need to get 2 subscribers on Twitch as well, because I only have 14. I have a real issue with number 13, which I should not have said, and that was dumb. Anyway, I do. So, yeah, I'm on 12 subscribers. I want to get 14. That'll make me happy. That'll absolutely make me happy. And my WhatsApp's broken. I don't know why. It's annoying. So, I'm going to put it up to the vote later on Discord, I think, about what we're going to call the Eldfall Chronicles series. But Arcanum is tickling my pickle. Hey, Mike! Hello! Merry festivities period to you, young chap. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. It's good to see you. You've had a week. You've had a week where I wasn't here. Have you been sort of brewing a question? Have you been letting it ferment and steep in your juices to fire it across the world? I look forward to seeing what you've got to come up with. How was your festive season, my friend? Did you have a good one? Yeah. What else are we going to do today? What else are we going to talk about today? Eldfall and Drop Fleet might be the things that make me break my promise. Oh, Neil, thank you very much. Wishing the whole community the very best for the season. Hoping we continue to grow in 2026. We absolutely will. This year was the year of foundation. Next year, we achieve ascendancy. Words to that effect. Very kind. Thank you very much. You're going to make me wait till next year, Mike. That's the thing you're going to do. Really? That's mean. Yeah, but, you know, they're not really new games. If you look at it, Eldfall's been around a while, Drop Fleet's been around a while, so they're not new games. They're, you know, new games. Additional games. Not new. Very different thing, clearly. Happy times. Although Drop Fleet is looking very, very pretty, but... Ooh, there's a new video that comes out tomorrow. Drop Fleet isn't in it, but you should definitely watch it, because it's the five games that I think we all should be watching in 2026. It must be a ground-shattering mic drop question. It must, Mike, when you bring the question in 2026, it must come so hard that it drops through the floor to the center of the earth and blows it all up. That's the only thing I'll accept from you now. You'll have multiple weeks to let this brew. I'm expecting it to come in at head height and making a sort of weird humming noise as it arrives. Very Festivus. I like that though. Ascendancy. Not drinking the Kool-Aid flavoured paint. No, it's much worse for you, my friend. Anyway, that's enough of that. Exciting. Ended up ordering some Eldfall. Oh, you went Soga versus Helion. It was hard to find, was it? Where are you based, KJ? What is your location? So I have no issues getting it here, but then a bit of a weird situation. I'm actually watching Spartacus and Fallout simultaneously? And me? I mean, obviously, I'm the most interesting, but... Lobbeard, hello! Hello, buddy, how are you? But you only hear the hum 3 seconds before it's... Yeah, absolutely, that's the scary thing. I was talking about to somebody the other day. I was involved in a project that was, what's the right way of putting it? Writing fiction to hang around training for emergency services. So essentially we created hypothetical situations which these people would then sit down and do the disaster recovery from and all this kind of thing. How would you respond to this? How would you resolve the situation? How would you respond? Your first responders, government, all this kind of stuff. It's really, really interesting stuff. I did that a few times. But one of the ones we had to do was for a natural disaster. And I was like, well, you know, everyone's going to do earthquakes, everyone's going to do hurricanes. I want to do something a little bit more interesting. I want to do something, you know, a bit more meaty. And I went off and did research and wrote a piece around solar flares hitting the Earth. Never researched that. Never researched that. It's just, no, don't do it. It's horrible. It's just nasty. It's just, yeah. There's a whole grading system. And when you get to about 50% of the way through, we're all dead. And then it gets worse. It's just like, oh, I'm really glad I read this. This is brilliant, this is. And you get to about that halfway point, and they're like, yeah, how much warning do you get? About 12 minutes. I'm sorry? Yeah, 12 minutes, and then life on Earth kind of goes, what? I'm just glad I'm glad I did this bit of research. That was lovely. I'm so glad that's something I now know. You're welcome. Anyway, new systems. If I can find time for an extra next to Infinity, I'll look into Eldfall. How do you play more than 2? Badly. No, so the way that you play more than 2 is you make sure you have systems that work together. So bolt action to me is a light, fluffy system. It's really quite straightforward rules. It's really quite clean system. There's not a lot of, you know, like you can spend a lot of time theory crafting lists, as my good friend Psycho will tell you. You can spend a lot of time tinkering around and tightening the nuts and bolts on things, but essentially there is a very core, straightforward rule set at the very heart of this system, and it's, you know, you want to play that, you know the rules, you're fine. I then have my main system, Infinity, that's where my crunch is, and then you build systems around that that complement and tie to it nicely. So for me, Eldfall ties nicely to Infinity because they are based on the same DNA. The smell of each other is all over each other. It works really well. So therefore, I don't need to know new rules. I need to remember which ones are different and how they're different. And that's kind of it, which makes it really, really simple to play one to the other. And also, as long as they're not on the same scale. Because I think if Eldfall was 15, 20 miniatures, it would be like, God, can't do that. You can then fill in around the edges of stuff that is equally kind of fluffy. So to me, Star Wars Legion is also quite fluffy. You get your unit cards, you get your dice, your symbols, and it's relatively straightforward. There's a few interactions that are quite, okay, so this works with this, and if I put this on here, it does this with that and that. But for the most part, it's relatively straightforward. I had a period of time where I was trying to get Infinity and Malifaux going together. They're not a thing. That is not a thing. I wish it was, because I love Mali. I think Mali's brilliant. But Mali is too crunchy to smush together successfully with Infinity and do either competently. They're very different flavour. Can't do both of them together, in my opinion. It's not something I can do. Maybe there's something you can, I can't. So that's how you do it, machine. I know getting through the LGS soon. If you guys are having problems, I need, and especially if you're on Discord, I need you to push me details of where you're having issues, because I really want to feed that back to Free Company and say, look, fix it. Play only 2, at least 4 to 6 on the go at all times, plus 3 to 4 peripheral ones. See, Neil, you're just hardcore. You are just... But how many of those systems are light and how many of them are similar? That we need to know. Current playlist is, here we go. Yeah, my main systems are Moonstone, Guild Ball, and Bushido. Hoping that Eldfall in there too, just need to convince my locals to play. I find, Kirik, that Eldfall is the kind of system that when you put it on the tabletop, it has the ooh effect, because the miniatures are stunning. You put them on the tabletop and people go, ooh. And if they are vaguely interested in fantasy, you've got them. Because if like, yeah, but I want to play at beer and pretzel, nah, I can do that. Nah, but I don't want to be competitive. Play cooperatively. Well, but I don't want to have opponents. Play solo. Yeah, but I want to go hardcore. Play competitively. It does all of that. Fine. You can do that. It's fine. Not a problem. So I find that if you can get people excited about the minis, they're done. So Neil, Infinity, Eldfall, Saga, Flames of War, Sharp. So I don't know. I know of Saga, but I don't know it. Flames of War. I love Flames of War, but also quite a fluffy system to me. It's not. You can play it competitively, but I don't find it particularly. There's not a great deal of crunch to it. It's kind of relatively straightforward. So there is brain space, but it's the problem. I can't paint more models and play more games. Now you see, that's a different situation. Because you do play, I know you play TTS quite a lot. There are other systems that are available on TTS. That is one of the options. And also it depends on what standard you want to paint them. If you have an airbrush, picking up something like Flames of War or Bolt Action is relatively simple. Because if you're playing Germans and you just camo, and you're done. Everything else is a bonus beyond that. But yeah, it's entirely up to you. It depends what level you want to go to and how far you want to go with it and how much time you're going to put into it and how much time you can put into it. It's a choice. Some people only do one system. Do one system, do it well. There's nothing wrong with it. 3 systems in total for me. Legion, Infinity, and Middle-earth. That is some... See, Legion, as I say, I don't find it particularly heavy. I find it a nice, light, enjoyable system. Infinity, yeah. And Middle-earth, as I understand it, is quite a crunchy one. So do you find it crunchy, Gaz, or is it more fluff for you? 0 Hour is there too currently as we're filming loads of content. Yes, so you've mentioned that before, and I need to know more about that. So I hear War Machine is making a strong comeback attempt. Yes, it really is. And the miniatures are gorgeous. There's no toys about that. I love those miniatures greatly. And I'm not just saying that because Gene Dean is here, because he is definitely a man for such things. But I'm resisting. I'm just not getting involved. No. You have to know where your limits are, and I know I've played a bit of War Machine before, and I know how crunchy it can get and how heavy it can get. It's potentially another Malifaux for me, which means I'll end up with loads of miniatures that I'm not going to use. We're not doing that. Totally agree on Flames of War. Yeah, and I think, like this year, what's coming with Flames of War is really interesting. We might have some interesting stuff coming with that. Oh, shoot, that reminds me. Have you got the thing yet, Neil? Are you on the list for Flames of War? And have you got the thing? I need to do that. Gene Dean, Infinity, Warcrow, or Easy Pivots. Yep, I go with that. That's why I've got Warcrow too. Although I find Warcrow fluffier, but the model count is a bit annoying because it's bigger than Infinity. So I need to spend more time, especially with the details of the miniatures. It's, yeah. While playing Old World Conquest mixed with little spearheads, some Pillage Barons War. Middle-earth as well. Hero Quest and Torch and Shield. Oh, yeah. War Machine is the tried and tested and true. I think your War Machine for you is the same as Infinity for me. It's a matter of how it's deviated. The thought processes are there. It's tweaking sometimes, but they're there. It's not crunchy at all. Very simple. The crunch is really knowing the right times to use heroic abilities and how to chain combo them. Cool. Yeah, so that makes sense. I think you have to, if you're going to go crunchy, if you're going to go heavy on a system, the maximum you can do is 2 and accept the fact that by doing 2 you're limiting yourself on both. Unless you do have the situation where we have Eldfall, which this year I really want to go heavy on. I've been writing some absolutely disgusting lists and some really fun lists too. But I think because that's so similar to Infinity, I can sort of slide between the two relatively simply. So choose one, conflict or bolt action. Oh, for me, bolt action, because I have that World War II itch. I like to have that world that I play in. I'm not a historical player. I'm not a historical reenactor by any stretch of imagination. I'm not going to be doing the whole thing. But the sci-fi side of Conflict 47 draws my attention too much. I'm going to put too much energy into it. You know, I've got my 3 Stugs for bold action. I'm happy. I'm a 2 Panzer IVs and 2 Panzer III. Anyway, I've got all my tanks. I'm happy. You know. But yeah, it's also for courses. I know a lot of the local players are getting into K47 and loving it. So we're definitely on the grow. And I think this year, locally, we're going to see a lot more push into bolt action and K47. Because I've actually taken a local community member and promoted him to be the leader of that group so they can focus on pushing that more heavily. But yeah, I look at the K47 stuff a lot and I'm like, ooh, no. I'm looking forward to the return of Aristea. Yes. Yeah. I always loved, so if you're not familiar with Aristea, it is a hero sports game set in the Infinity Universe. And I always loved the idea more than I loved the reality, but I think that's because, I don't know, I played Blood Bowl when I was younger and I loved that. That was great. But since then, no real sports game has really grabbed me. And I don't think Aristea really grabbed me that much. I see the attraction and I think it looks cool. I think it's really interesting. But I'd like to see Corvus Belli make a little bit more, like you say, give it a bit more love, give it a bit more focus, and make it a little bit more crunchy. I don't know. I owned it for a while when it first came out. I think I played it a couple of times, but it never really, like, you know. Yeah, Neil, you and me, you're my spirit animal. K47 does 0 for me. Yeah, I get that. Just finished off a quick and dirty paint job on a Gamma. Well, good job. On the Discord, please, young man. So, of the Eldfall converts that we have on here, who's playing what? Choose one, conflict or bot action. That was a statement, not a question. What? Well, if it was a statement, then I don't need to respond. All right, cool. I won't respond. More whiskey for me. Happy days. Yeah, I've got so much painting to do. I've this week, because kids and Christmas and New Year and stuff, I think I've got 2 days to work. So your favourites are Soga and Thenian, opponent opposites and game style. Next, I almost agree with you. Soga, the fun you can have with Soga. I've really decided to, like, over the Christmas period, because we're going to be pushing heavily into doing more stuff with Eldfall, as I've said. Have more of those faction focuses coming up as well, because there's some really positive response from the Thenian one. I'm going to tie those in with the new reinforcements boxes as they come, but I've really been crunching on some of the lists that you can write, and some of the things you can do with Soga are obscene. I love it. It's great. It's just brilliant. I know, Mr. Van Diem, you're Helion, very much so. I'm probably going to be Soga and Helion, to be honest with you. I have Kirik. I have all. Just need my pledge to arrive, and then it's Oni all day. Yeah. I see. I like Oni. And I like the goblins. I wish that, because as I understand it, those are going to be limited size factions. I don't believe they're going to be expanded much. I could be wrong, but that's what I have understood. And if I knew they were going to be the same size as Soga and Thenian and stuff, then I would be all over Oni as well. But if they're going to be limited, I don't know. It's one of those horrible situations where you know you just want to spend more on something, and if it's going to run out of steam at some point, yeah. Psycho, Hydra knows about my bolt action collection that rivals an actual division in numbers. Yes, you do have an impressively large volume of bolt action miniatures, Psycho, and you also have an impressively number of painted miniatures. That's the thing that scares me the most. The speed with which you get through them all is truly epic, my friend. Yeah. Red Ratsu is such a cool model. It really is. I have the... No, she's not here. I have the one from the tournament pack, because we had a tournament in the Netherlands and I won that, so current Dutch champion for Eldfall. And I won that miniature, and it's so pretty. So pretty. I want more. I just want more. Although I have resisted Northern Wind at the moment. Northwind? Northern Wind? It's Northern Wind, isn't it? I have resisted that so far. There was part of me that was like, right, what I'm going to do is buy it, and then I'm going to do a whole series throughout February. No, no, I'm not. Probably. Because it's actually my birthday in February. Yay! So I kind of want, I was thinking that treat myself to that and then do the whole, you know? No, I'm not doing it. And you can't make me. Onions and Goblins won't receive as many new minis as the core factions, but they have good variety already. I agree. Max, I agree. They do have a good variety already. I'm just... How can I put it? What do I not like about them not being as big? Smaller factions, therefore, have a limited scope of the things they can do, which is fine. You're going to get to a point where it's like, this is the best way to do it, and they're kind of done, which is not great from my perspective. But I'm also the kind of person that likes that bit where a company goes, we have an announcement of new miniatures, and they go, oh, who's it going to be for? I've got my 3-4 factions. Who's it going to be for? And then you get disappointed if it's none, but if I know it's definitely not coming for that faction, it's going to be like, oh, no, not those. Oh. Just how my brain works. So I wish, maybe they will, I don't know. Because I was hearing that there's supposed to be a big announcement coming, big changes or big announcement coming this year from Free Company for Eldfall. I have no idea what. Kind of here for it. Absolutely here for it, but we shall see. I'm looking forward to painting it up. Yeah, Kirik, it's a beautiful miniature. Although they all are. It's one of those things. Normally, I mean, this is tempting fate on a very grand scale. Normally, there's a miniature in a range that I don't like, and my problem with Eldfall at the moment is I'm like, oh, they're so nice. No. The issue for me with Eldfall is similar with Warcrow. Do I buy the readily available adventure stuff or the straight skirmish boxes? The straight answer to that, Mike, is rule of cool. Because all of it's playable inside the skirmish, so whichever route you go, you can go into the skirmish. But there also is, at the moment, it's quite a small range, so therefore, yeah. No big stuff, no worries, just incremental growth and rules update. Max, but that's brilliant. That's good. Okay, no big announcement for Eldfall this year, but growth. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. That's the kind of roadmap that as a player I can absolutely get behind. Part of me always worries, because, you know, when I heard I've got some announcements coming, it's going to be a big year. I don't know who I heard that from. I beat them with a stick when I found out who it was, but anyway. Part of you goes, ooh, is that going to be another, it's going to be a new edition, you know? And I'm out here banging the drum. And what you don't want to say to people is, you know, you just bought these miniatures. Well, because that sucks. There's nothing worse than that, in my opinion. It's you know, one of the things that I see with the G-Dub that just frustrates and annoys me, because it's so frequently a case of, okay, we'll just put all that in the drawer because that's not worth anything anymore. It's just not nice. So it's really great to hear that what we're seeing is growth. That's what we want. That's the way forward. Peak. Beautiful. And Kirik, yeah, collecting all factions is so easy with Eldfall, because you buy this box, you buy the two-ply starter boxes, and you buy Northwind, and you've got the core of everything, and then you just buy the reinforcements, the Wayfarer's box, slap that on top. That's all your reinforcements for the big four. That's done. And then we've got the reinforcements box that are getting dripped out over the next few months. No problems. Get it done. Neil, why am I not surprised that Murder Elves are the ones for you? Although it's supposed to be Murder Thenrin, isn't it? Because Thenrin? Oh. Thenrin? Max, help me. The Higher Blade is my least favourite so far, but it's only slightly. Yeah, no, I can get that. It's all right. It's all right. But the weird thing is, I don't like that kind of Rin are the whole race. Yeah, but isn't it Thenrin? Oh, Rin is the whole race, and then there's Thenrin, which is that a sub-race? My lore is completely failing me tonight. I do apologise. So, yeah, Kirik, I don't like Thenrin are the moon ones, Helrin are the sun ones. Thank you. Glad you're here. You need to come more often. I need to read up more on Eldfall before committing but a co-op game with only a handful of minis seems easy enough to collect. Kaz, it is. The problem is it sucks you in. You're like, oh, right, well, I've got 2 of the factions. And then you buy the Wayfarer's box because that has the 2 extra miniatures for each faction, but it also has the 2 for the other factions you don't have. So then you just well buy the 2-player starter box for those, and then suddenly you've got 4 factions. And then you realise that in the Northwind Dungeon Crawler box, you actually have a hero for each one. So you buy that, and then you've got 6 factions, and mistakes were made. I can't help you, but I can say it's a really good thing to do. We'll pop in more next week. You will be more than welcome, Mix Max. You will be more than welcome. Your rule of call is to buy it all. Mike, this is the way. This is absolutely the way. But I was saying, I don't normally go for the Asian type, really Asian type stuff. It doesn't normally do it for me. It's cool, but you know what I mean? The aesthetic is cool, but. And so when I was hearing a lot about some of the new stuff that was coming for Eldfall was sort of had that kind of feel to it, I was like, that's fine. I won't need to buy it. That's cool. Because it won't work for me. But it turns out that if you take that aesthetic and you give it some real drama, I have a problem. At that point, if you give it some real, some real intensity, so I'm going to mispronounce it, Tomo the Endless Rain, this miniature, it's not for me. I freaking love this miniature. This is just not my style at all, but I love the drama of it. I love the posing of it. I love that it just works. Something in my soul looks at that and goes, wow, it just looks cool. And, that is not my aesthetic at all. I love this so much. Really inappropriately. So, yes, bravo, guys. Outstanding work. Outstanding work. No mistakes, only happy little accidents. Yes, Kirik, I like that concept. That's very positive. That's a strong way to end the year. If you all hear a loud scream at me eating this giant Toblerone, why are you going to scream at eating a giant Toblerone? Why? And if I can hear you, that's going to be worrying. But yeah, so I'm hoping that, so we got the reinforcements box for Thedian, and I'm hoping as the other ones come out that we're going to have a similar thing with Free Company where we get them early and then I can put them on out for you. You guys can see it. It'll be really great. I'm hoping we can do that because then, I can't remember the dates now. I've got them all written somewhere, but it's the start of next year. I think up till May, we're going to get the big 4. We're going to get their reinforcements boxes. I'm going to say May. Max is going to be like, no, it's this date. Anyway, hopefully if we can get those, then you're going to get the unboxing, the review, and then you're going to get the faction focus for all of the big 4. Then I'm going to have to do Oni. Then I'm going to have to do the Goblins, which is going to be a chore. Roughly every 3 months. Okay, roughly every 3 months. So roughly every 3 months, you're going to get some epic Eldfall focused love. At least 3 videos, hopefully. With all the things you need to know. It does mean I have to sort of sit on my faction focuses for the other... Got fireworks going off. For the other big factions. But you're going to have to wait, because I'm going to have to wait. We'll get through it together. Sit round, hold hands, it'd be great. And... but yeah, then you're going to get that. I really, really hope this year we can get battle reports off the ground. It's so much work and so much energy, but I'm hoping we can get that off the ground. And if I can get that off the ground, then I really want to try. The objective is 3 a month. I've been thinking about this over the Christmas period. The objective is 3 a month. 1 Infinity, 1 Eldfall, and 1 other system. That's the aim, but we shall see. Oh, Max. Soga reinforcements around February, March. I've seen the renders. Inappropriate happy noises. I can't wait to see the cards. It's going to be great. I can't wait. we're very excited. We're disproportionately excited and hyped about those because like the renders and we did in a live stream earlier this month, I think. We looked at one of the renders of the new miniatures there. So Neil, why is the Toblerone is hurting you because they're the most ridiculously shaped chocolate bar known to man and should be on the Geneva Convention? Now, I grant you that a Toblerone, which is a triangular shaped chocolate bar in chunks and overly large, is a ridiculously shaped thing, but you break it off. You break a piece off and then you eat the individual pieces. I can't believe I'm having to teach you how to eat chocolate. I got nothing. We're moving on. But next Max, I'm so hyped for Soga. Soga is my first love inside of Eldfall by a very long way. And the fact we're getting 3D miniatures is just so happiness. Although before then, I've put together some lists for Soga and I realised that what I actually need to do is I need to buy another starter box and I need to buy another set of the reinforcements that are out already. The Bowmaster and the Blade Master. I need another one of each of those. Which is not, I mean, it's not, I mean, it's going to be fun. A tasty tank trap. Yes, they are a tasty tank trap, Larkbeard. That is the best way of describing a Toblerone. Although if you put a tank on it, a tank might be really hot, especially near the engine, and that's just going to melt it, so it won't really work. But the idea is sound. I'll allow it. I'll absolutely allow it. What's going on? What's going on over here? Ooh, that's exciting. So yes, because it's the hour, I can remind everybody, don't forget if you do a super chat on YouTube, or you become a member of the channel on YouTube, or you do bits on Twitch, or you become a subscriber on Twitch, which does count if you use your Prime membership from Amazon, then you go into the draw to win a 2-player Eldfall Chronicles starter set that will ship to you anywhere in the world. You tell us which one you want. There are 2. You pick one, straight to your front door. How nice is that? There's going to be a draw at the start of January. Full Bushi list. Hang on. So yes, I think there was a 3. I can't believe I'm going to do this. This is going to make me feel bad about myself because I wrote the list and felt a little bit sick. It's always a good sign when you write something like, oh God, that's vile. Right. Let me have a look. It's always nice when you have lists in a army builder that are called Triple Chopper, Bow Spam, Bowline. Not intending to keep friends this year. Right, should we have a look at Bow Spam? Let's see what Bow Spam is. Musha Bowmaster, Musha Bowmaster, a Bushy Attendant, a Bushy Attendant, a Bushy Attendant. Oof! The Musha both have the Kyojutsu expertise, and the Bushy both have the War Bows. So yeah, 5 miniatures in that particular list. I mean, sure. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't. What's the choppy one? Let me have a look. Triple Chopper. A Musha Blade Master, another Blade Master, a Clan Champion, and then a Bushy Attendant. So only 4 activations with this. Is it worth it? And the Blade Masters have Bujitsu expertise, so they get Arms Master and Fencing 1. And they have the long-hilted sword upgrade. Oof. That's horrible. Go me. Yeah. Oh, Neil, thank you. Oh, thank you, Neil. Thank you for going over and subscribing and becoming a subscriber on. That's so good. Range lists usually dominate in any groups. Yes, Mix Max, that's what we've seen here. The tournament that I won, I had 2. I had a Bowmaster and a Bushy as well. So I ran those, plus an Onotaushi and a Clan Champion, I think. I think that's right. I can't exactly remember, but they dominated. As soon as the enemy activated, they went first. We just pinned them to the ground, and that was that. So, Bujutsu is the martial arts, fencing for Soga. It's the archery art. Yes, it is. Yeah, Bujutsu basically buffs your close combat game. Larkbeard, that's what that does. It's an upgrade. So it's one of the things that I really love with Eldfall. One of billions of things that I really love. Let me show you. This one here, we have a Blade Master, and then we have here 2 upgrades that I've added to him. So you can give him equipment, you can give him buffs, and this kind of thing. So it gives this real RPG type feel to when you're putting your list together, because it's not like, here's Dave with a machine gun. It's, here's Dave with a machine gun, but I give him the extra bits. Just great. Yeah, in general, Soga, Helion only do well early in groups because they are more straightforward, honest stats, survivability. Yeah, no, I'd go with that. I'd go with that. I love the way you're just trashing my entire collection there, Max. Just feeling the love, absolutely. I've also, that's a joke, I'm seeing that there's a lot of interest in the Sand Kingdom side of things and the stuff they do. But I can also see, like, Thenian, the Murder Elves, what they do, genuinely intimidating when that starts to kick up. Some of the things you can do with that is just nasty. So where was I? What I'd like for Eldfall is to get the points to around 100 points. These lists ending in a 5 hurt my soul. Oh, Kirek. Yeah, but if we end up with 100 points, that's going to put us at, what, 5 activations as standard? We're eking up to the point where the game's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think where it is at the moment is really at a sweet spot. Subbed on Twitch thanks to my mate Jeff. Well, Neil, say thank you to your mate Jeff. That was very kind of him. I very much appreciate that. That's very kind. Okay, let me ask a question since I have analysis paralysis. If I was to acquire the Eldfall Kickstarter, would I still need to buy the new starter boxes? So if you got the Eldfall Kickstarter, as I understand it, that's Northern Wind, that'll give you the Oni factions and the Goblin factions. I think you could get the 2-player starters in there, but I think they were an option. Max, help me. You're my only hope. I think if you did that, then you end up with the Dungeon Crawler and 2 factions that they're pretty much done in that set, basically. It would be a good way of getting into it and learning the system and having some really, really gorgeous miniatures, just ridiculously gorgeous miniatures. Oh, sorry. So Larkbeard just said, Bojutsu is, I'm slaughtering the pronunciation, is star fighting super specific, but I guess they use it to sound cool. Max pointed out that Bojutsu is for bow staff, but Bujitsu with a U is something else. I have to say, because as I understand it, Max, some of the guys that work within Free Company have studied historical Asian stuff. I'm just making a slaughter of it tonight, but I think that's correct. It kind of shows with some of the stuff that's out there. So, made some mid-wall lists for bolt action. They all have my Stuka on a fly stand as my airstrike marker. Bravo! Anytime you can bring a Stuka to the table, you absolutely should. Psycho, that is definitely the way forward. I approve of this plan. What was the question? I was thinking about Bujutsu. The question was from Mike. So, Max, I don't think you've met Mike yet. Mike has a gift. Mike is a walking atomic bomb of questions. He'll just casually drop something into chat, and it's like, the first 2 times he did it, I actually had to sort of go, hang on, I'm going to come back to that because my brain cannot with that right now. I'm going to come back. It's always a pleasure though. So what his question is, if I was to acquire the Eldfall Kickstarter, would I still need to buy the new starter boxes? So the two-player starter boxes are not contained within the Kickstarter. That's correct, isn't it? I think they were an add-on option, but I don't think they were included as standard. Correct me if I'm wrong. Max, yes. Most of the guys, apart from me, did martial arts of sorts. Awesome. Well, I know you wouldn't call it a Kickstarter anymore, but I think he's picking one up from people that did the Kickstarter, or are you picking up the Kickstarter direct, Mike? Now it's just the Northern Wind core box. Okay. So the Northern Wind core box doesn't, basically. It doesn't have the 2-player starter set. So the There's 6 factions inside of Eldfall currently, and only in Goblins are in Northern Wind, which is the Kickstarter. They are the smaller factions and they're complete within that kind of thing. You get that box and you've got all of those factions complete. The main factions for Eldfall, Soga, Thedian, Helion and Sand Kingdoms, are not in that box. They are separate. You can either get them in the 2-player starter sets, or they have their own starter sets, and then you build with additional reinforcement boxes from there. Which of the factions do you find most aesthetically pleasing, Mike? Tell me that. You answer my question, young man, and then I'll let you know. You have a tendency to buy the whole collection. The easiest way to do that is to buy Northwind, so the Kickstarter, and then the 2-player starter sets, and then the Wayfarer box, and then you're almost up to date. That's the way to do that. It's almost whole Oni faction plus undead minions plus 4 heroed for each of the core factions. Stop it! I'm trying not to buy it. Whatever you expand is up to you. Especially Goblins are great because they're completely optional side quests you won't be able to play otherwise. And a skirmish faction to boot. Yeah. And they're more of a, as I understand the Goblins, they're more of a spammy list. You have more warm bodies on the ground, but they can do less stuff per turn. Is that right? Yeah, slapped in the head in a minute by one of the developers. Watch out. Thinking of Stukas, I've just ordered a tiny red Baron triplane from my late War 0 hour Germans. They are cool. The triplanes were so cool. Has to be said. Goblins expansion for Northern Wind, they aren't. Ah, okay. I stand corrected. So you'll get the Oni faction if you get Northern Wind, the Kickstarter, but then there's an expansion to Northern Wind that gives you the... Did anyone get the Infinity Spaceship game on Kickstarter? I missed it. I didn't. I saw it a couple of years ago, 3 years ago now, at the Interplanetario in Spain. And you know when you look at something, you're like, Acheron Falls, that was it. And it just didn't tickle my pickle. It was cool, but it just wasn't, yeah, I don't know. You know, and you just, yeah, we had the option to try it, and I wasn't inspired to try it out. So I skipped it, unfortunately. Well, yeah. Hey Mel, good to see you, buddy. How are you? You're continuing your run, because I think you've been in pretty much every evening I've been on Twitch, so thank you for that. Goblins can sure be spammy, but their activations aren't very qualitative most of the time. I'm in an active war zone, it seems. Anyway, so you can play elite gobbos, though, with trolls, shaman, and chieftain only. Good to know. No, stop it. I don't need another faction. Mike, you are more than welcome. You have me. You're on Discord, so if needs be, ping me there. I shall advise you and point you in the right direction. Definitely. Larbeard, Acheron Fall. I talked to Ramon on Interplanetario. Didn't get time to play there. I have a work colleague that lives in the same town. They meet up once in a while, and I badger via. Yeah, what do you know? What's going on with that one, LARP? Where Acheron Falls is actually at? Because it's been kind of fluff around for a while. Going to circle back to the martial arts discussion because I want to stress something. The original creators of Eldfall and its world. Oh, I'm going to mispronounce those. Ziga and Chiasa speak fluent Japanese, studied in Japan, including martial arts from masters who are forbidden to teach outside of Japan. Now, okay, right. So, guys, in case you didn't get that. So MexMax is one of the team from Free Company, and he's on Twitch at the moment. So everyone say hi, MexMax. What he's just said is that there's a lot of Asian influence you'll find inside of, as I pointed out earlier, you'll find inside of Eldfall. And two of the main guys speak fluent Japanese, studied in Japan, including martial arts. So this isn't just kind of a, we Googled the words and they sound cool type situation. This is we understand in context and we've built that into our game, which is freaking cool. You know what I mean? Kirik, I love the little drop on mic there. Do it, you know you want it all. He really does. Right, oh, Gamut is Matt Varnish, so pics on Discord once dry. Outstanding, Neil. Always look forward to seeing your work, buddy. And if you are a member of the Discord, don't forget to share your work there. We need to see more pretty stuff. As I recall, manufacturing, packaging, shipping, final models already finished design. Good to know. So that's where Eldfall is. So just the delivery phase, effectively, of it. That's cool. Max, just to give it justice, the guys designing the game aren't taking things out of the blue. Yeah, no, exactly. And that it shows, and it's brilliant. Just tuned in. What have I missed? Everything. Everything. Mal, say hey to Max. He helped. He's one of the design team, one of the team behind Eldfall Chronicles. So say hi. What were you? Hey all, I'm just a humble community worker for Free Company. Well, yeah, but you've got the insight. Shh. You're doing a good job. I ordered Eldfall and talked to devs last Interplanetary. They're trying to deliver everything for next spring as it stands. China is killing them and has delayed their needs by almost a year now. Ouch. Yes, Max. So you need to meet Gonks, aka Neil, another YouTuber, epic YouTuber, and a player of the Eldfall game. And you know, Discord is Patreon only. Yes, it's Patreon and YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how I give it to members on Twitch as well, because I think you need it. Basically, I need to get you on there, Psycho. So I'll probably drop you the link direct, because that's probably easiest. Thank you, because I've been thinking about that on and off for a couple of weeks. I almost bought the Infinity board game stuff off eBay, but it was a little too expensive for everything, $750. Yeah, it's for, oh, what's the name of that now? That's going to annoy me. Duh. I know the one you mean. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Thank you for dropping a hello on Twitch. Well done, Neil. That's all right. Everyone be nice to Max. Community people are always welcome. It's nice to have them here. It is nice. Dejected. No, you're not dejected. I've been busy. Somebody keeps sending me pictures of clogs. Because some of you won't have seen this. And Psycho is personally responsible for this in no small way. Where are we? Let's just put this up. Right. I don't think any of you are ready for this. Is that a clog? Yes, it is. Is it a clog keychain with dice gods on it? Yes, it is. Coming soon, TM. Deliverance? It's not Deliverance. Ding, 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 ding. Ah, see, now it's going to annoy me. Now I need to find out what it is. What's the name of that game? Oh my goodness. Doggo. Yes, doggos are up and around. We got one doggo in tonight. One doggo's not very well at the moment. Defiance. Defiance, not Deliverance. Close, Kirik. No, not Tag Raid. The other one. I knew what is. Tag Raid is not up to $750, but Defiance definitely was. So. Yes, I am talking about Defiance. I just remembered. Where were you 5 minutes ago when I was having a small meltdown? Yeah, so that epic clog that you just saw may be coming soon. If you're all good, we shall see what happens. We shall see what happens. But yes, very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. And I am genuinely intrigued to see what's going to be happening with Eldfall this year. The amount of... Where was I trying to paint all the bloody golden Torchlight miniatures? Look, your poor decision to take Torchlight, also known as the Space Marine faction inside of Infinity, is not my fault, but I will ridicule you for it. That's just where we are now. So much gold. There really is. I'm not stressed. Why are we... No. I sound stressed. You haven't seen me stressed. We're talking about pink clog high heels again. No, we're not. There were no pink clog high heels here. It was just me having an inability to remember what Defiance was called. You know when your brain's going, yeah, I know what that's called. Why didn't you tell me? Nope. Well, you could. You could just give me the word. I could, but I'm not going to. Right, right, Kirik, that helps. I'm glad to know that you kickstarted Deliverance as a game. Nothing to do with Infinity though, but I do appreciate you for jumping in there. There was no decision. I got them as a present. Mean friends. Okay, so your friends, I think your friends are telling you how they feel about you when they give you the thing that's going to make you spend hours doing the, yeah. Overboard, are you looking at Defiance as a game to play? If so, if memory serves, I think Zombie Shishimi, if you haven't seen him on YouTube, friend of mine, check out his stuff. I think he did some stuff on Defiance quite a while back when it came out, because he has it. I think he did an unboxing, I think he did a review. If he's a very sensible chap. If he says it's good, it's good. If he says it's yeah, then it's yeah. You do not, right, Psycho, you are not making high-heeled versions of the Dice Gods. Oh, dear Lord. Not stressed, ashamed, disturbed, worried, concerned. That's what I am. Yeah, non-metallic metal or you're not doing it. No, non-metallic metal or you're not doing Infinity correctly. Or Eldfall. Who decided Eldfall should also be non-metallic metal? Dear Lord. It's the dyslexia getting mixed up on games. Well, I forgive your dyslexia, but now you've confused me too. We're not having knee-high clogs. So these are designed to be keychains. You don't want a high-heeled, knee-high clog attached to you. Maybe you do. Who am I to tell you what you need? High-heeled clogs off the printer. Well, there are going to be some clog versions coming for size 41. You actually want them to fit you. Right. It's just the world we live in now. There are going to be some Buccaneer versions of the clogs coming. So, yeah, machine, you can look forward to that. The plan is working, yes, but you can confuse me all you like. I will make you buy Eldfall. I'll make you buy all of the Eldfall, and then when I'm done there, I'll get you to buy Infinity, and then something else after that, because, you know, I will win. Your bank account will implode, and you'll be surrounded by miniatures that will make you incredibly happy. So that's what we're here for. You're welcome. If you want to have full painted army in non-metallic metal, it's hard to go low model count than Eldfall. Oh, that's so... That is some community leadership right there. That is the whole... I see your objection. So what just happened, for those of you who are not currently on Twitch, is having raised with MexMax that Eldfall is a non-metallic metal stylized system where everything's NMM, which is, it's a skill. Painting NMM is a skill. His response was to say, well, if you do want to have a fully painted army, you're not going to find a lower model count than Eldfall, which I think we can all agree is just a peak, beautiful response. Bravo. Whatever they're paying you, they should double it. Bravo. Does Minnie Mouse wear high-heeled clogs? I don't know, Overboard. I'd never thought about it, and I'm really disappointed that I am now. But you've already bought it. Well, buy it again. Just because you bought it once doesn't mean to say you can't buy it twice. I'm not seeing the problem. I'm just painting my Thenians now and doing the Elder Scrolls glass weapons in... Jeez. Awesome. I mean, I remember when I first got into Infinity, and that was my first real interaction with non-metallic metal. And it was kind of like, what is this madness? And then I tinkered with it, and I couldn't do it. And now I've got to a point where I accept my limitations of my capability, and I do an okay job. It's not great, but I'm all right with it. You know, you got to know your levels, and I think you have to accept where your time limitations and patience limitations meet your desire for perfection. That's kind of a meeting point, and that's what you aim for. That's what we do, and I'm happy with it. This works since Thenians are from a volcanic continent, so green obsidian is my homebrew lore. Oh. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Bahalians I did true metallic because me love shiny. Yeah, I have to confess, when I saw like the whole Knights aesthetic with the Helian League, I was like, I could just get some silver and go and then be done with it. I could. That's the thing we could do. I didn't, but I could have done. Absolutely. Absolutely. I said to myself over the Christmas period, where are you? I said to myself, I'm going to finish off some more of my Eldfall because I need to get, there's a whole load of stuff that I need to finish, I need to get painted and all that kind of stuff. I said that was the thing I was going to do. I am such a pro. Thank you. I clicked it twice. I definitely clicked it twice. I didn't. Apparently I clicked it once. Join the Discord community to share clog pics and other stuff. Don't do that. This is the most sense I've spoken all night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kaz. Anyone else? I didn't sneeze it off. I clicked it so I didn't cough at you. I thought, I'm going to be professional. I'm not going to cough at you guys. And so I clicked it off and then I sort of missed clicking it back on again. So what I was saying was, this Christmas I plan to get them done, but these boxes aren't even started. I wanted to catch up with my Eldfall stuff. These aren't even open yet. Very frustrating. Almost done with final D&D session of the year. Good stuff, Blob. Hope to see you here soon. Max. All right, gang. I'm clocking off for the day. It was a lovely hangout with you all. Cheers and have a great new year with gaming, hobby, or other resolutions. Thank you for joining in, Max. It was lovely to have you here. Look forward to seeing you around soon. We're here every Monday and Thursday afternoons as well when I'm around. But thank you for joining and thank you for the information and the insight. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you around in Discord. Maybe I'll get you in on the Dice Gods Discord. That would be cool. Then you can get involved. Already been spamming Hydra with unsolicited clog pictures all week. You really have, and I appreciate it, Psycho. Of course. Professional cough cough. Bite me. I could hear yourself think. Anyway. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Max. May it be a glorious one. It's going to be good. We do rock. Oh, you're talking about the guys at Free Company, not me. Well, cheers for that. It's nice. It helped that Infinity had very detailed painting guides. That really helped me wrap my head around non-metallic metal. Also, I completely agree. I'd love it if Eldfall released some painting guides too. Ooh. I don't know if Max is still on, but if he is, we need painting guides for the miniatures. The people have spoken. I'd go with that because there are some miniatures that you're like, well, how does that look on the back? No idea. And that's another entry for Kaz as well. By tipping another, again, by putting the super chat on, you've just got into the pool again to win a 2-player style set for Eldfall. How freaking cool is that? Which leads me nicely to remind you all that if you do a super chat, or you become a member of the channel on YouTube, or you become a subscriber on Twitch, or you tip bits on Twitch, then you get entered into the draw to win the 2-player starter set for Eldfall Chronicles that we will ship to you anywhere in the world. And it will be amazing. So do please get on that one, and it helps the channel, and I have lots of stuff I need to do, and bluntly I need money for that because it's important. So, damn it, my scheduled game for tomorrow night just cancelled. The rare night wifey gives me the green light to go out. Must find new player. That's frustrating. Just ban that person. Don't play them again. If I win the star set, I'm going to feel bad. Why are you going to feel bad? You should feel good, Kaz. Toys. It's a good thing. And Kaz, what you should do is you should talk to Machine, and you should play Machine on Tabletop Simulator, because he's always up for a game. Ridiculously so. Incredibly ridiculously so. So you should definitely do that. There we go. And pop. Ooh, no, not that button, that button. Hey, Poldax. Love you too, man. Good to see you. How are you, Mike? Good to see you, buddy. I generally just feel bad when good things happen. Oh, mate. Don't feel bad when good things happen. Feel good when good things happen. You're a good person. You deserve good things. Abso-freaking-lutely. This is the way. Right, got to go buy TTS and download it. Do it. Who are you playing tomorrow? Psycho? Right. Well, you can't do tomorrow, Kaz, but there are a few people now that are playing, like Blob plays on TTS as well. And Machine is always up for TTS. You need to make sure your times hook, obviously, because that's going to be a challenge. Different parts of the world and all that. But I think I need to create a channel on Discord where we can arrange TTS games. Blissful Badger, good evening, hello, how are you? Good to see you. You haven't missed most of the stream. You've missed, okay, you have. You've missed like 75%. But it's been rubbish. Honestly, it's been one of my worst. Terrible stream, hasn't it, guys? It's been, just make Blissful Badger feel terrible. I muted myself and kept talking. That's the standard we got to. You missed that. I look forward to it. Oh, you're playing Ricardo. I gotcha. I gotcha. Good player. Oh, I'm nearly out of whiskey. I've been drinking very nice whiskey. It's going down very well. Yep, Otto, Eldfall is on TTS. You can play it there too. If you give it a couple of weeks, you can learn to play with the Dice Gods on YouTube. And then you can go and play on TTS with the knowledge and wisdom that we shall instill in you in the Eldfall Chronicles Dojo or Arcanum. It's one or the other. There's Northern Winds to amazing. So you just got here, Otto. I guess you're leaving or ready to go and play on that, which is fine. The silent movie section was the best bit. You'd be amazed what I can do in sign language, Neil. You really would. But Blissful Badger, it's good to see you. How was your festivities? How was your Christmas? Did you have fun? Was it good? I hope so. Did you get any miniatures for Christmas? I hope so. I got Mulebots for Pano, which finished off all of my Shock Army back on Cemento. Yeah, it's just mental. So, oh nice, I'll watch that. Otto, don't encourage Neil. He doesn't need encouraging. Sorry, I got distracted by the wife sending me a video. If that isn't Marine, I don't know anymore. The video had a guy going, rah, 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 rah. You did train it well. You did train it well. You're quite right, Zyko. I hope his Infinity movie he's making isn't going to be silent. Yes, and mostly will be performed through the medium of interpretive dance. It's going to be amazing. He decided not to talk with his mouth. Instead, he told us his story through his eyes, the windows to his soul. I don't have a soul, Kaz. How rude. I received coffee and popcorn and some polyhedral dice. That is not a bad festive season as a whole. You're going to be caffeinated, up to your eyeballs in sugar, and rolling like a dice god. Outstanding. I approve this. That is good. Definitely the way forward. Good morning from Tokyo. Just starting out on Infinity. You guys are on point. Well, thank you very much, Richie. Thank you for joining and for watching the videos and for being here. That's very, very cool. And hello, Tokyo. Yeah. How is the Infinity scene in Tokyo? Do many of you play there? I understand. My good friend Zombie Sashimi, I think he's based Osaka, I want to say. I think he's in Osaka. He plays a lot. He's on YouTube as well. You should check him out. Very, very much so. Finished another one sitting miniature. Bravo, Mr. Fantine. That is some outstanding work. I was going to buy Mulebots for Christmas, but I wound up buying Eldfall Limited Minis instead, since Troll Trader was selling them for insanely cheap. This is the way, Otto. This is the way. Mule bots you can buy anytime, but limited minis, they may go out. Then where will we be? Honestly, get them while you can. Oh, you got the beta handler. Bravo. The game is on Discord. Thank you all. A reminder. Discord is available for all members, and I'm going to figure out how to do it for the subscribers over on Twitch too, so you can come and join the fun. But yeah, Discord is for members and Patreons and subscribers on Twitch when I figure out how that works. And there you can find all manner of insanity and stupidity being discussed and shared, and lots of clog pictures, some with high heels. Anywho, nothing to do. I don't have anything to do with that. I just sort of sit in the corner at that point and rock while they get that out of their system. But yeah, I'm glad you had a good one, Otto. That sounds like a pretty good one. You get good toys as well. Any more good stuff? This is very good. This is good. It's another busy day. I like it. It's nice. And tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow I actually have the day to myself. The kids are going off to various places to have fun. So I'm going to get some work done. It's very exciting. I have a lot to do. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint, if I'm going to do a video, or if I'm going to do some prep for the narrative campaign that we're doing over here very soon. So I don't know. I was going to buy a couple of mule bots for Pano, but bought a tag for LF instead. We've all been there. You click buy on the mule bot and suddenly... Which tag did you get for LF? Actually, it depends which one you got. Which one did you get? Some of them are forgivable, some of them are not forgivable. Oh, my whiskey is up. There will not be another one, otherwise things are going to go even worse with me. I'll probably mute you guys or something and continue to talk. That would be peak, I have to say. Definitely. My goodness. Oh. So, what's everyone's New Year's resolution? Because it's nearly New Year. It's nearly 2026, which is a fake year as far as I'm concerned, because that's definitely the future. What is the satellite your local metal goes to, and when is it? Well, isn't that a question? Agamemnon, only good tag. Mr. Van Diem, outstanding. Kaz, machine, shush. Clearly, you know nothing like Jon Snow. That is the only good LF tag. That's a Marut. That is the only good LF tag. Anyone else that tells you anything different, that is purely nomad propaganda. What whiskey was it? That was a 12-year Yamazaki. So Japanese Suntory single malt. Tasty. What is the satellite your local meta goes to? My local meta is hosting a satellite. We are doing Hope's End, which is in May, end of May. So 2 days of clogging good fun and all kinds of stuff. And we've got some really interesting stuff planned. More on that soon. Hydra loves the Marut and its Latina heritage. We're not continuing that conversation. So I do love the Marut. The Marut is the way. It is the light. It is the goodness. LF is here for you. The only good LF tag is a destroy tag. Well, then I can lean into my nomad side of things and go, yes, you're absolutely correct. That's completely true. But an Agamemnon over a Marut, I don't know how hard you have to get hit in the head for that. But no. Yeah, it's end of May. I want to say 28th, but I can't remember off the top of my head. XS, why are you going to come? You're going to grace us with your presence. Boom, boom, boom. I think it's the 23rd, 24th. It's going to be that weekend, I think. So 23rd, 24th of May. Red breast, 12 core strength. Blimey. Nice stuff. Good, good, good. I don't like anything peaty or smoky. I like a soft drinking whiskey. I'm not here to prove myself by drinking stuff that takes my head off. That's not my thing. So anyway. But yeah, 23rd, 24th of May, 2 days of anarchy here in the Netherlands. I'm going to be the head TO for that. people like yourself, XS, you will have access to the tickets, the second tranche of tickets. The first set's going to the Buccaneers, the local community. They're going to glomp on top of that. The second tranche is going out to members of the Dice Gods Discord community and members on YouTube and all the rest of it. So those guys can like get tickets and come along and join the fun. After that, it's going to be going to the friends of the local community, so we have some local buddies, and then we're going to throw it out to the wider community. So we're going to keep it, because it's our first satellite. It's going to be kind of, for me, I see the satellite as kind of a celebration of our community, of the Buccaneers, because over the last few years we've gone from a couple of guys meeting up and having some beers, throwing some dice, to 30, 40 Infinity players in one community. We are Legion. So, got to make an Infinity themed whiskey named Trinity that will blow your head off. No, I'm good with that. That sounds good. I'd drink the hell out of that. Albeit, I really would. How many people are planned? I've capped it at 50, and I think we're going to hit that comfortably, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Richie, Sing could be bigger in Japan, to be honest, but I think that will change as the rules have been translated into Japanese. I saw that. It was really good to see they finally got around to starting to translate more broadly. Hopefully it'll be a more successful translation than the English. Anyway, I've seen Warcrow being played at some shops, so hopefully that will gain traction too. That would be cool. That's really good. It's the Corvus Buddy systems are good, and it's nice that they're spreading. Like I say, do you know Zombie Sashimi? Have you seen his work, Richie? If not, you should check him out, because I know that he's working on communities too. Rum is good plantation. 5 years gorgeous. Good to note. I like rum. I might be a pirate. Kaz, I think you probably are, because you've stolen my heart. No, we're not going there. Not on here. And yes, I'm considering, but I have to finalise my travel plans for the summer. A lot to plan, from Riga to Georgia to Interplanetaria and finding Slovenia, and all that from April to September. We fit in beautifully within that plan. And then what you have to remember is that there is a large contingent. Well done, Otto. DDS. I love how definitive you are with your decision making, Otto. It's like, right, I'm getting that, download it, done. Bravo. If you do come to the satellite here, XS, then you'll meet a whole load of the Buccaneers who are going to go to the Interplanetaria. So you'll have a whole group of people to drink beer with and eat with and party with when you go to the Interplanetaria, even more so than you had already. I'm saying this is an absolute win, and you should definitely come, because I definitely owe you a few beers for what you did with the thing in the place. We both know what you did. We were both there. Your owed beers. So, anywho, that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping to, in the coming weeks, start getting the details out for that as we finalise everything, and you can see all the stuff and information about the, and then it's going to be good. Trust me. It really is. So anyway, that's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to that. And like I say, it's kind of a celebration too for this community that's kind of grown up and developed and become a thing over here. I kind of want to celebrate that with 50 XS. We're going to be 50 players, which is going to be fun. It's been a few years since I've done a 50 player event, so I'm looking forward to screaming at 50 people. It's going to be good. Well, I'm not sure. I need to go back through and check everything, but I think about 23, 24 of them, no, 18, 19 of them were from the local community Buccaneers, and then I think other friends and stuff were going to come in, which is going to push it up to around the 25 mark. So I think we're 50% with that. The guys from Fast Panda Gaming, if you've seen them on YouTube, they're going to come across, because I met them a couple of years ago in the UK. We interacted lots before anyway, but I met Storm Shroud and the Claw, so they're going to come across, and there's going to be beer and there's going to be dice. So yeah, I think we're at about 25, maybe 30 players already for the 50. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The I want to come and I'm going to buy a ticket group they're not it's not a complete circle. That Venn diagram is not a complete circle, so we shall see. We shall see what happens, but yeah, I think we're about halfway there already, which is kind of cool. We shall see how that works. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be quite wild. This year for me, 2026 is going to be pretty crazy. First satellite, first narrative event that I'm going to run locally. Got those going on. Going to make my return to the Interplanetario with Shock Army. Going to be playing Shock Army for the first time in 5-6 years. My good lord, that's a long time. Yeah, we have a lot. I have started planning the logistics for getting the city board over for it too, which may involve an excess baggage charge and the purchase of a baggaging bot. This is going to be amazing. Neil is also coming, which I'd not forgotten, but because when we get the city, his like lit up city board, I introduce you to your top table, ladies and gentlemen, with lights and whizzy bang, and it's going to be very, very cool. So yeah, well, just don't do excess. Neil, don't do that. Just come on the channel tunnel. It's easier and quicker and probably cheaper, to be honest. And you can drive across. You just have to drive through Belgium, which is, as long as you have your brave pants on, you'll be fine. Want to guarantee more people coming, figure out recommendations for partners to do while we all game, so I can negotiate it easier. Ah, I gotcha. Well, from where we're going to be located, they can easily access the city of Breda and the city of Den Bosch, which you can do some good shopping in. They can get up to Amsterdam if they want, or Utrecht relatively easily. So if they want to do shopping, that's definitely an option. There's lots of pretty things to see as well. Nice cafe culture, so they can sit out in the sunshine and drink coffee and eat and beer. And actually, in the city where we're holding it, there is a fantastic ice cream shop, so they can sit outside there as well and watch the world go by. All right, D&D finished. Euroblob in the house. Good evening. I'm well, thank you, Euroblob. Neil, you're half Flemish. This explains much. Yes, Oosterhout, North Brabant. North Brabant, that is correct. That is where we are located, and all the fun will be happening. All the anarchy will be going on. Yes, I've seen Zombie Shimi's work. He posts updates on the Japan Discord group. Yes, fantastic human being, Richie. Contact him because he can probably help you coordinate building things and stuff like that. Maybe he may know people that can coordinate with you as well. So, lovely guy. Genuinely nice human being. A lot of love for that mammal, I do have to say. And with that, I'm going to make the final call this evening. And it's actually going to be for live streaming, because I'm not going to live stream on Thursday this week. I can't have the kids. Well, I could, but you ain't ready for it, trust me. My 4-year-old would make mincemeat of all of you guys. Makes mincemeat of me. But for the final time ever, if you subscribe, become a member on YouTube, you do a super chat, or you become a subscriber, including via Amazon Prime on Twitch, or you give bits on Twitch, then you'll be entered into a draw to win a 2-player starter set for Eldfall Chronicles of your choice. That's right, you get to choose which of the 2 you have, and we'll get that in the post to you. It'll fly its way to you, to your front door, and it'll be there. That'll be great. So if you want one of those, and you should, because Eldfall Chronicles is peak and beautiful. It is a fantastic fantasy game, skirmish level, 4 miniatures max at the moment. I think it will be for the foreseeable anyway. Yeah, with these stunning unicorn miniatures. If you want that, become a member on YouTube. You also get all the other stuff with it as well. If you become a member on YouTube, or you become a Patreon or whatever, if you do that, you do get access to the Discord. You get access to like the learning resources for learning to play Infinity, and get to talk to me more, and you get longer videos as well. So Richie, you mentioned you're working through the Learn to Play. There are, especially as you go through later, there are longer videos for members than there are for the general YouTube free stuff. So thank you very much. Neil's at it again. He's determined to win even more, which, you know, I'm not going to complain at. You absolutely should. Yep. It's very kind. Let's have it. Give me the free stuff. I appreciate your commitment. Blissful Badger, I'm not allowing myself to buy more minis this year. Luckily for me, there's only 2.5 days left. Blissful Badger, but if you enter into the competition, that's not buying miniatures. That's getting them for free. That's the best type of miniature, the ones you don't pay for. Feel free to ask me anything about Eldfall. I know nothing, but will pretend I do and make shit up. So standard then, Blob. That's just standard, really. It's kind of what you do, really. I mean, it's not a criticism, it's just an observation. But, yeah. And then I get to get all of the comments from all of the videos. You are somewhat competent. Yes, you are somewhat competent, Poppet. We're just not sure in what. When we find out, it's going to be amazing. But up until then, all very confused. But then I get to get everybody's name, and I get 2 hats. The ones for the videos, so all the comments on the videos, they're going to go in 1 hat. And then all the good stuff from all the live streams, they're going to go in another hat. And I'm going to draw names out and get 2 names. And then give away 2 of these sets. It's amazing. And then I'll let you know who's won. I'm tempted to try and do it on live stream, but I think that's going to end badly. I just, you know, when you have a feeling, you're like, well, we'll do that on live stream. No, we're not doing that. I am not stupid enough to try that. I think last time I did it on, I did a draw several years ago for something I can't remember even. For some terrain from Micro Art Studio and a starter set for Flames of War. And I did all that, and I did the draw, and I screwed up the recording. And while it was doing the draw, I closed, because I used an online drawery thing, and I closed the screen. So I actually then deleted all the names, and it didn't do the draw. Yeah. So based on my ability to mute myself this evening, we probably won't do that live. Might just announce it. Might be nicer. Might be more successful. Knowing me. You know. I don't know why I'm like this, but I am. Anywho. But no, thank you all for everyone that's dived in on all the Eldfall goodness this month. I've really appreciated it, and it's been lovely to see the enthusiasm and excitement that's come around Eldfall. Is really, really, really worth it. It's such a good system and such a lovely company behind it. As those of you who were on earlier, we had Max who joined in as a member of their community team, answering all the questions, just excited and happy to be having people engaging with their system, and it's really nice to see. I really want to see those guys succeed and grow and fulfill their potential, because I think there's a lot more mileage in Eldfall to go. I think they've got some really, really interesting direction and really, really interesting ideas ahead of them. And they have some really great lore. If you have the opportunity, check out their lore articles on their website, because there's so much there. It's so intricate and interesting. I really dove into that one. Spent way too much time reading those. But I'm excited to see future Eldfall factions too, Blob. But I'm also excited to see what the reinforcements bring over the next 9 months as well. Because, but also, I feel your YouTube pain, brother. We decided to do our latest giveaway for a Zero rulebook off air. Yeah. I love the idea. I think that doing lives works if you have somebody that's behind the scenes, like managing it, that can like handle all the stuff and MacGuffin. But if you have to do it all yourself, if you have to manage it all yourself, it just, yeah, you can guarantee it's going to go Wahoonie shaped in the middle of every. Like, you're going to mute yourself and not unmute yourself again because, you know, professional. Euroblob, Eldfall's designs are rock solid, and what I love is you see these renders and then you get the miniature and it's the same thing, because the unicorn material is so good. Hashtag professional. I am always a professional, baby. You know it. And I'm generally excited about Eldfall too. I'm in the start of next year. We've got some gaming nights coming up, and the first one out we're doing, I'm hoping, if all the stars align, that I will be doing a demo night for Eldfall and just getting people in to try the system. It's going to be cool, because everyone needs to play it. It's great. Put all the names in a hat. Film yourself pulling a name out of the hat. Done. Now, shampoo. I hear ya. I do. And that's with, like, famous last words, but with the entrance from the live streams, that's possible. I think there's going to be about 40. I think there's going to be about 40 on the live streams. But on the comments, I think we're up to about 200. So the video comments, and that's just individuals, I think we're up to about 200, 150, 200. And then for everyone that is from one of you guys, one of the members of the channel, I have to put 3 in. That's going to take a lot of work that this poor brain doesn't have. I just don't have this. No, not one of the options. Most exciting 6-hour stream. Blob, thank you. Record myself writing down every comment on a slip of paper, then tossing them in the app, then drawing. I'm so tired at this point. I'm just so tired. It is refreshing that miniatures look like the artwork. Blob, I'm going to talk to you on Twitch because you make more sense there. Viz for January done just writing names. Yeah, but if I print it out, I still need to cut it up. It's just into a button. Richie, so the straight answer to that is that I can't get an answer for that. So I went to, I was on the community, the creators Discord. So there's a whole creator program that Corvus Buddy has. And I have been incredibly vocal about my opinion of, shall we say, Seocast being a bit rubbish. I've been very clear on my opinions that that's holding back the system. And I've pushed and I've like whinged and complained. But the responses that I've got has kind of boiled down to, we hear you. So I don't know. And there's the whole conversation. Shampoo, we need to sort of, and the mess, you know, we'll do it'll be great. And again, happy Hogswatch. I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you for hanging out. So no, we don't really have an answer, Richie, is a straight answer. I wish they would. It would help a lot. It is the only issue that I have with Warcry, really. I know that it's an expensive system. Warcry is an expensive system. Let's just get that out of the way. But when it's Unicool, I can pay that money and be like, ooh, it's nice. But when it turns up and it's Seocast, I'm like, ugh. I wonder if Unicool can do transparent material. I wish it would be transparent and just disappear. That would make me happy. No, not Unicool. We like Unicool. I think Unicool can. That's my brain dead. Brain dead. Overly tired brain. I thought you said Seocast. Put that on the muting myself list for this evening. Actually, I don't know if it can. I wonder if it could. That would be quite cool if it could. Probably. Can do everything else. So it seems. But yeah, Richie, I don't have a sensible answer for you, I'm afraid, and I wish I did. It's not through lack of trying. They're not helping me. So we shall see. Hopefully they will. It'll be good when they do. The world will be a better place instantly, and the people shall rejoice mightily. Why do you need to bribe Free Company? You're a blob. What do you want Free Company to do? No, you don't need a blob faction. The world is not ready for a blob faction. I am not ready for a blob faction. It's not one of the options. Anywho. Hotels a bit on the expensive side. Knows to how advised about how to figure out relatively okay prices. Stay will help for the people flying in. Satellite hotel discount code maybe. All over that like you wouldn't believe. Excess that is already in the pipeline and stuff and things. And there are other options other than hotels. I'm not talking about that right now, but there are. So there, excess. Just wait. Official announcements. It's going to be very exciting. Euroblob, think about models that turn into too small. No, stop it. Excess. It's going to be glorious. You'll hear about it on Discord first, because I'm not putting that information out publicly until everyone who wants to have a go as local members and as Discord members and as friends has done what they want to do. When they're all registered, then we put it out to the rest. So that's that really. It's going to be very exciting. And if we have enough left, I'm going to do like an announcement trailer and a whole thing. There's a whole thing planned, but I don't know. We may not need to do that if we sell enough tickets beforehand. So I don't know. Yes, but actually cool. Okay. Mr. Van Diem, bravo. I look forward to seeing the fruits of your labours over on Discord. Thank you very much for hanging out. You take care, buddy. I will see you later. Sleep well. Be happy and nice dreams and stuff. Blissful Badger, that's exactly what I was thinking. See you later. In a while, crocodile. Blue, pink, crimson horror things. Yes, it's very much that all over again. Slice them up and they get more of them. It's not nice. Anywho, on that note, on that bombshell, thank you to all of you who have contributed this evening and just hung out and been here with me. It's been, as ever, an amazing, amazing experience. Thank you to all who have been doing this so consistently as well. I sort of decided to try streaming as a, I don't know, it was almost a fancy. It was like, we're going to give it a go. We're doing the YouTube thing. Let's do the streaming thing as well. And then you guys are always here and happy to chat and building a community around me waffling complete rubbish and muting myself. It's amazing. But no, thank you all for those who've hung out and made this a thing. I really do appreciate that. It's been very funky. And for all of you who have joined in with the Eldfall celebrations and joy this month, it's been great. I will wish you all a hugely successful end to the year. I hope you have a restful one and get some peace and some quiet before hopefully having a very enjoyable new year. From me, tomorrow night, you have your last video of the year. And I think it's a banger. Never thought I'd say that, but I just did. We're all here for it. It's now on video. It's out there forever. There we go. Moving on. And then on the 1st, there's also a really interesting video that I put together. I think tomorrow night's very epic, and the one on the 1st is kind of cool. Look out for those. They're already keyed up. They're coming. They're going to be very, very cool. But thank you all again. And as I say, you all have a fantastically enjoyable end to your year. And I will see you in 2026. Back on Monday nights, on Thursday afternoons with the Painty Paint. Lots more to come. Thank you all for making this what it is. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.